With the first pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Dallas Wings select Paige Bueckers, University of Connecticut.
After watching Caitlin Clark's historic rookie season last year, I thought I understood what elite rookie performance looked like. Record-breaking assists, Rookie of the Year, completely changed how people talk about women's basketball. But what Paige Bueckers is doing right now isn't just meeting that bar. It's asking a completely different question. What does all-star level play look like when your team is still learning how to win? Here's where we stand right now. Paige Bueckers is a WNBA all-star starter in her rookie season. She's averaging 18.4 points and 5.8 assists per game. She's broken multiple league records already. Her team, the Dallas Wings, is 7-18.
Oh, who knew? That is great. And I'm happy for these young women that you're right, Sinead. They don't have to go overseas and go to China or Russia or wherever else they have to go. They can stay right here and make a nice supplementary income. Now, it's hard to say that the unrivaled is supplementary. It seems like the WNBA.
Now, before you think this is another story about great individual numbers on a terrible team, here's what makes this interesting. Dallas started this season 1-10. They've gone 6-8 since then. That's not great, but it's actually trending toward winning about as many games as they lose. So the question isn't why is an elite player stuck on a bad team? The question is, what does rookie excellence look like during a team's development process? And if you're here for that kind of honest basketball analysis, not just hype, but the real story behind the numbers, make sure you're subscribed, because that's exactly what we do here. We dig into what's actually happening, not just what sounds good in a headline. Let me give you some perspective on what we're actually looking at here.
Speaking of on the court, I'm sure you're excited preparing for the upcoming season. How's that been going?
It's great. We're starting practice soon, but we've been doing preseason workouts and they've been going really well. I'm just excited to be back out there with my girls.
When you draft a rookie number 1 overall, you're essentially announcing that your team is rebuilding. You're banking on potential over immediate results. History tells us this takes time. Caitlin Clark's Indiana team started 1-8 last season before figuring things out and making the playoffs. Maya Moore's rookie year in Minnesota, the Lynx went 13-21. Even with a generational talent, building a winning team around a rookie is a process. But here's where Paige's situation gets interesting. She wasn't just dealing with normal rookie adjustment. She was dealing with the pressure of following the most hyped rookie season in WNBA history. And she's doing it as the first overall pick on a team that won only 9 games the year before.
So where did that resolve come from, and how did you keep going during those difficult times?
Yeah, I grew in my faith. I leaned in my faith and God's purpose for me, and just giving up my own understanding, and switched my framing from like a why me to why not me. Like, why can I not overcome this? Why can I not come back and be better, and to inspire the next generation, anybody who went through injuries or something devastating.
The early returns, she became the first freshman ever to win AP Player of the Year at UConn. She led them to a national championship. The talent was never in question. The question was always, how quickly can that translate to professional impact? Let's talk about what Bueckers has actually accomplished in her first professional season, because the numbers tell a specific story about both individual excellence and efficiency. First, the direct comparison everyone wants to know. Caitlin Clark's rookie season, 19.2 points and 8.4 assists per game. Bueckers through 18 games, 18.4 points and 5.5 assists. So she's scoring at nearly the same clip as Clark, but with fewer assists, which actually makes sense given their different playing styles.
I know Caitlin, of course. We go way back, Midwestern. We had a lot of battles in AAU and stuff like that. We played together on Team USA. I think she's just a competitor. She wants to win. She has just intangibles of the game. She knows how to play, great IQ.
But here's where it gets interesting. Bueckers is doing it more efficiently. She's shooting 44.9% from the field compared to Clark's 41.7% rookie season. That efficiency isn't just good for a rookie, it's putting her in elite company league-wide. Speaking of league-wide rankings, this isn't just good for a rookie performance. Bueckers currently ranks 8th in the entire league in scoring, 7th in assists, and 4th in minutes played. That means she's not just the best rookie guard, she's already one of the most productive guards in the WNBA, period. The record-breaking continues. She became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 200 points, 50 rebounds, and 50 assists, doing it in just 11 games.
Now, with our GMA cover story, UConn's Paige Bueckers was chosen number 1 at the 2025 WNBA draft by the Dallas Wings. Her storied college career is over, and now she is ready.
For context, Clark and 2 other players previously held that record at 12 games. The All-Star selection drives this point home. She became the 10th rookie in WNBA history to be voted an All-Star starter. She received the 6th most fan votes overall and was second among all guards, behind only Caitlin Clark. That's not just rookie excitement, that's legitimate recognition of impact. But first, let me give you some crucial context about her draft class, because understanding how she compares to her peers makes her performance even more significant.
I would love to have a real estate partnership so I don't have to pay for a house. It's just like, in every single deal, try to get the most out of it. So you don't have to pay.
The 2025 WNBA draft was supposed to be deep with talent. Second pick Dominique Malonga was projected as a potential star, but is averaging just 4.4 points in limited minutes with Seattle. Third pick Sonia Citron and fourth pick Kiki Iriafen have both been excellent. They're averaging 14.6 and 12.3 points respectively for Washington, and both made the All-Star team. Here's what makes this remarkable. Citron and Iriafen became the first rookie teammates to be selected as All-Stars since 1999. That's a huge story, but somehow, Bueckers making All-Star as a starter while leading her class in scoring overshadowed even that historic achievement. So when we talk about Bueckers' rookie success, we're not talking about her succeeding in a weak draft class. She's not just the best rookie. She's significantly outperforming other highly touted prospects on teams with better supporting casts. Which brings us to that defining moment on June 11th against Phoenix. 35 points in her first game back from missing 4 games due to concussion protocol and illness against a playoff contending Phoenix team in a game Dallas desperately needed. Now, Dallas still lost that game 93-80, but here's what made the performance significant. It wasn't just the scoring. Bueckers went 13 of 19 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3, and did it while running the team's offense and making smart decisions under pressure. More importantly, it showed growth.
It's supplementary income, and Unrivaled is their main source of income. But you give him Paige Bueckers.
Early in the season, when Bueckers missed time, Dallas looked lost. But coming back from this injury, she immediately stepped into a leadership role and took over a game when needed. And Bueckers' teammate before being traded to Phoenix was even more direct. She's elite. This wasn't teammates hyping up a rookie. These were opponents acknowledging they'd seen something special. Here's where the story gets more complex and more interesting. If you just looked at that 7-18 record, you might think Dallas is failing. But if you break it down by timeline, you see something different. Those first 11 games, Dallas went 1-10. Brutal. Bueckers was dealing with the adjustment to professional basketball. New teammates were figuring out roles and nothing was clicking. Since then, they've gone 6-8. That's still losing more than they're winning, but it represents steady improvement. More importantly, it shows a team learning how to compete while their rookie star develops. This is actually normal for rebuilding teams with rookie centerpieces. The question isn't whether Dallas should be winning more games right now, it's whether they're building the right foundation for future success. And early evidence suggests they are. Bueckers isn't just putting up individual numbers, she's learning how to make her teammates better. Her assist numbers have climbed as the season progressed, her decision-making has improved. The team's offense runs more smoothly when she's on the court. Now, here's where we need to be realistic. We're talking about 25 games played across roughly 3 months. That's not even a full college season, let alone enough to know what someone's entire professional career will look like. The limited time frame means we can only say so much. Is this the real Paige Bueckers, or is she in the middle of an extended hot streak? Will the gradual team improvement continue, or will they hit another wall as opponents adjust? There are also questions about context. Dallas has made roster moves throughout the season. How much of the improvement comes from Bueckers getting better versus having better teammates around her? And how will her game change when expectations rise and teams start game planning specifically to stop her?
That it doesn't have to break you, it can make you and mold you to be a better person, a better player, or whatever you do. And then just my support staff, the strength and conditioning staff, everybody who's spent so much time helping me get back to form. You just want to reward their hard work, so all of that combined.
The All-Star recognition creates its own pressure. Now opponents will prepare for her differently. Media attention will intensify. The expectations of being an All-Star starter as a rookie bring their own challenges. But perhaps most importantly, what does success actually look like for a rookie on a rebuilding team? If Dallas finishes 15-25, is that failure because they didn't make the playoffs, or success because they doubled their win total from last year? This brings us to the real value of Paige Bueckers' rookie season so far. To understand just how rare what she's doing is, let's look at how other legendary rookies started their careers. Diana Taurasi's rookie year, she averaged 17.0 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 3.9 assists. Solid numbers, made the All-Star team, won Rookie of the Year. But Phoenix went 17-17 and missed the playoffs. Sound familiar? Sue Bird was different. She was an All-Star starter as a rookie, led Seattle to the playoffs, and showed the leadership qualities that would define her career. But her numbers were more modest. She focused on getting teammates involved rather than individual scoring. Maya Moore came into a better situation in Minnesota and immediately helped them contend for championships. But the Lynx already had veteran talent in place when she arrived. Here's what makes Bueckers' situation unique. She's putting up Taurasi-level scoring numbers while showing Bird-level leadership and court vision, but doing it on a team that's still building its foundation. The efficiency numbers tell a compelling story. At 44.9% field goal shooting, she's more efficient than Clark was as a rookie, 41.7%. That suggests this production is sustainable rather than just hot shooting. Her league-wide impact is already measurable. Ranking 8th in scoring and 7th in assists among all players means she's not developing in isolation. She's already contributing at an elite level. For context, that puts her ahead of established all-stars in multiple categories. Most importantly, she's showing the mental side of development that often determines long-term success. Coming back from injury and immediately taking over games. Handling the pressure of following Caitlin Clark. Leading a team that's learning how to compete. These are leadership qualities that often matter more than raw statistics. What's particularly encouraging is how she's performing relative to the talent around her. Clark had established veterans like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston to lean on. Bueckers is essentially the primary playmaker and leader on a rebuilding team, and she's still producing at an all-star level. As we move through the rest of this season and into next year, here are the key things that will tell us whether this early success can continue. But more importantly, let me sketch out 3 realistic paths her career could take based on what we're seeing now. Best case scenario, she continues this level of play. Dallas improves to winning about as many games as they lose next season with better supporting pieces, and by year 3, they're a playoff team. In this timeline, Bueckers becomes a perennial all-star and MVP candidate, similar to how Maya Moore elevated Minnesota. The efficiency and leadership we're seeing now suggest this isn't unrealistic. Most likely scenario, she remains an excellent individual player, but team success takes longer. Think Diana Taurasi's early career, individual brilliance while Phoenix figured out how to build around her. Bueckers probably makes multiple all-star teams while Dallas slowly improves, with real contention coming in years 3 or 4. Concerning scenario, the efficiency drops as teams adjust, the supporting cast doesn't improve. Here's what will determine which path we're on. Staying consistent over longer stretches. Can she keep this up over a full season and into year 2? Rookie seasons are often about hot streaks. Star careers are about doing it night after night. Team progress. Does Dallas keep getting better, or do they hit a wall? If Bueckers is truly making a difference, we should see the team continue improving as she develops. Handling increased attention. Now that she's an all-star, how does she deal with being the main target every night? The best players figure out how to succeed when entire defenses are focused on stopping them. Leadership growth. Can she become the type of player who makes everyone around her better? Individual stats matter, but franchise players lift entire organizations. The ceiling remains incredibly high. If this is what Bueckers looks like while still learning the professional game, ranking in the top 10 league-wide in multiple categories as a rookie, what does year 2 or 3 look like when everything clicks? Most rookie seasons follow predictable patterns. Early struggles, gradual improvement, occasional flashes of excellence mixed with obvious growing pains. What Paige Bueckers is doing is different. She's having immediate individual success while helping her team develop. That's not normal. That suggests something special. But we won't know how special until we see more. The most honest thing I can tell you is this. The early evidence is compelling, but basketball careers aren't built on 25 game samples. Here's my question for you. When evaluating rookie success, what matters more? Individual achievement, like all-star selections, or team improvement like Dallas's recent 6-8 stretch? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because how we answer that question probably determines how we view Bueckers' season so far. And if you want more honest analysis of what's actually happening in the WNBA this season, not just the hype, but the real development stories, hit that subscribe button.